What's your favorite dessert, Spencer?
Probably just like an ice cream. Like I'm not like I'm not a big fancy guy when it comes to that stuff. Why? What's yours?
Beer.
Beer.
It's my dessert for my drinking of hard whiskey and like hard liquor. Okay. And then I'm like, oh man, you know what? That was the main course. This bottle of Jameson was the main course. Now I need my dessert.
See, I figured that would have been the appetizer.
I would think the appetizer would be like champagne or wine. That's it. Well, maybe that's the dessert.
I'd say, what's the saying? Are you supposed to do like, is it booze before alcohol or alcohol before booze?
It's all the same.
What?
You mean booze before or beer before liquor makes you fuck quicker? Is that it? I don't
get sick quicker is what I thought it was, but whatever.
I just drink because I got a problem, man. No, I think it would be beer as the appetizer. That's what you start with.
Okay.
And then maybe the main course, you'd go with the hard booze, and then you wean it back with some wine. But I feel like when you mix wine in there, that's when you get the fucking headache. That fruit shit is what fucks you up.
Oh, the sugar?
Yeah, that just melts your gonads right from the inside out. I don't know, man. I haven't been drinking that much lately. I've been drinking the raspberry beer I had for a while there. Yeah, that face you just made was about right. It wasn't that good, but I haven't been in a booze. When it's summertime, it's like real hot.
It's hard, I'd imagine.
Tequila's all right, like margaritas and stuff, but I don't feel like making that at home all the time. So I just like all these fucking whiskey I have laying around and gin. I don't want to drink that shit.
No, that is better. Like just winter.
Yeah,
you drink that to warm me up. Like you can't afford the heating bill, so you just.
Especially when we're doing the podcast, because for the first 30 episodes, I was always drinking whiskey or something, and I just get so fucking hot. Then when it's like 90 degrees out, I don't need to get more warm. Yeah, I don't know. So that's my philosophy on life. You drink, and then you die. And then somebody takes over the mantle of your drinking, and your family's ruined one generation at a time.
You're Irish, or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, then, yeah, so it makes a lot of sense then.
Yeah, it is. Hey. I see you guys have returned to listen to the Drunken Pen Writing Podcast because you can't get enough of us. Mm-mm. Or you just fucking saw us on the internet there, just like, oh, I like this picture. I wonder what they're about. I like whiskey and I like reading stuff. And then you listen and then you go, not for me, click. But that's okay too because you still gave us a download.
This had neither of those things.
I am your host with the most, Caleb James. With me as always, according to my notes, Spencer, the bad boy of Baghdad Church. That's a rough one, man. You been to Baghdad? I don't think it's too nice looking anymore.
No, was it ever?
Maybe. I don't know much about Iraq. Is that Baghdad, Iraq? What do you mean you don't know?
It's all sand over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sand and hotness.
I feel like the heat would make you angry. So I get irritable. So.
Oh yeah.
And then you got to wear those fucking big ass robe looking things.
And the turban things.
And then your women, you can't even look at them because they're all covered head to toe in robes too.
You know what always got me about the turbans? It'd be one thing if they had like long hair or something and they used it
like Jamaicans.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, something like that. Or even you just see women whenever they get out of the shower or whatever, they do that weird wrap up with the hair okay, that kind of makes sense, but it's no, they normally have the short croppy hair, but they have this big
maybe it keeps
Jafar
her head cool.
thing on your.
Maybe it keeps her head cool because it's so hot. I'd imagine as soon as you go outside, you just bake.
Yeah.
So you probably need light flowery layers. I don't know why we're talking about Middle Eastern culture, but me and you should probably start reading some Middle Eastern fiction.
We'll throw that on all the other things we need to read.
All I do have, I actually don't think I have it. I was going to buy it and keep putting it off, was the Arabian Nights.
Oh.
What is it? 1,000, 2,000, 5,000? I don't remember how many Arabian Nights tales. But, isn't that where Aladdin came from?
Something like that, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Anyway, let's get into today's hot topic. Today's one, neither Spencer nor myself are adequate with, as in regards to talking about. We probably shouldn't be talking about it, because we're terrible at this aspect of the writing business.
No experience whatsoever.
But, as Spencer said off air, this is actually something we should learn about.
Yeah.
So maybe this will be helpful for all of us.
We can learn along with you, off-air listeners.
Yes. How successful authors use social media. This is one I've been actually working on in the last literally 2 weeks, and it's actually been working really well.
I've noticed you're on there.
I've been getting a shit ton more followers and connections and things like that. But again, it's hard to manage for me. And that's just Twitter. I don't fuck around with the Facebook still. And I'm not doing Instagram. Just focusing on the author profile on Twitter. And that's like, just because I don't want to be one of those dudes just, like I always say, what's your main character's favorite underwear? And then like, you're not really engaging people. You're just getting them to like your shitty status. I actually want to engage my audience. Yeah. So I want to talk to them. But
and you also want to, you don't want to flood their feed either.
No, I keep maybe 3 to 4 tweets a day, and I vary them how I do them, and then I try to I respond to everybody as long as they're not being a shithead, which you get those. But
on Twitter,
what? No way anybody would be a jerk on Twitter. Jeez, they only have so many characters they can use.
You telling me fuck Nugget 86 is a d-bag? Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, I'm not going to say my alternate account's fuck Nugget 86, but I was born in 1986, so... No, I just was saying words, and then Spencer said some words. No, I wasn't going anywhere with it. I was just rambling. I've been making some headway on there and trying to build up some contacts, because it is important, especially when you start selling books. And the reason why I did this, I'm sure Ashley was making fun of me a little bit for it, was... Because, he kind of feels how I do about, like, Twitter mainly. Is just like, who gives a fuck about this shit? And I know you feel like that. You don't even bother. But we got the anthology we're putting together, and I've actually got some writers submitting the stories already.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, got Barbara Avon submitted a story, full novella. That's like 13-ish thousand words. And I read it, really good.
Good.
Ashley finished his first story for it. And he's going to get 2 more, so he's going to go for about 30,000 words total. So I'm trying. I was like, okay, they're getting in gear. I'm going to get in gear. Yeah. But the one thing, we got to sell the fucking book. Yeah. At least some of it.
People need to know about it.
Yeah, so I can't do that if I have 800 followers. That's not going to work. So I got to boost them. I already doubled those numbers, so that's good. And that was like in a week. I was very surprised how fast that went, too. I couldn't keep up. I actually got banned twice because I thought I was a bot.
I was going to say, I saw you talk about that like on Twitter.
Yeah, I got banned twice. Like, temporarily.
Are you Russian?
I think that's what I thought I was, because I was getting so many followers. Like I said, I'm actually trying to engage people, so I'm following them back, and I'm going to their profiles, and I'm liking their shit. And like, I spent a day not writing, just doing that to keep up while that big flood was going. And Twitter twice thought I was a fucking robot or something and banned me, and I had to go through all this dumb shit. I'm good now. Like I said, we're going to be putting out this book. I need an audience to promote, and I'm trying to do it the right way, because I see a lot of people that have 20,000 followers, and they're following 20,000 people or whatever. Yeah. But they're not, like, you look at their numbers, they get like 3 likes a status or maybe 1 or 2 comments and a retweet. They're not really engaging with the audience. It's just like, follows for follow. That's useless. Yeah. I want my audience to actually read what I'm putting out, and I want to read what they're putting out so we can help each other. They're promoting a book, I'll help. I promote a book, they help. We read each other's stuff. That's the kind of writing community I wanted to build initially with DPW. And like I said, Facebook is just old people, so nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, that's kind of pointless.
Yeah. And Goodreads, like I said, Ashley was doing that. I don't have enough time. Yeah. Personally, I can't. Like, I've struggled with the Twitter. What I do is I'll take 10, 20 minutes every few hours just to go through and talk to people and stuff like that. And then, that's still more engagement on social media than I want to do personally, because I'd rather be writing or stuff, but I kind of limit to when I'm working and I get a little bit of a break. Yeah. So that helps.
Well, and then too, like, with the Twitter and stuff, like you were saying, you can actually use that as a back and forth and like all that kind of stuff, but with the Goodreads, it's just like you're talking about other people's works. Which can be like a cool kind of get together to, some fun with the people and stuff like that, but that doesn't necessarily help your work at all. Unless if you're doing a Goodreads of your own material, and making people check it out.
What you can do, but you have to, I think, be published first or something, is you can switch to an author's Goodreads profile. And then that's when people will like your books and, we talk to you about the books and shit like that. But that's a lot of work that goes into that, and more than I feel like doing. But anyway, how successful authors use social media. 23 content ideas. This is on bookbub.com, and the author of this fine article, a recent one too, I may add, is Miss Diana Urban. So you guys will want to go over to insights.bookbub.com and check this out. Because it seems like actually well put together article. Yeah. It has nice pictures and everything. And,
it was before we were starting, I was trying to thumb through and just get an idea of what we would be talking about here. And it does, like, I haven't got
very informative.
And I haven't got an ad pop up yet, you know. So
no dick pills.
That's nice.
No anal stretcher material devices. All right, number 1, run a Q&A session. Now, I haven't done a Q&A session because I don't have a novel out, but I do, like, I'll post polls on Twitter and stuff and try to, usually things I'm not interested in, like today I did one about fan fiction.
Yeah.
I don't read fan fiction, I never wrote fan fiction, but I wanted to gauge my followers and what would eventually hopefully be the DPW audience, like, what amount of them, reads and writes and whatever fan fiction. And just kind of get judges like that. And I've done that, I think, with like sci-fi, horror, like what genres you like. Just kind of connect with people. And Q&A is a great way to do that because you actually have a live back and forth. Especially if you do, if you're like on Reddit.
Yeah,
that's where a lot of people do live Q&As. But let's see what they got to say.
I would always thought it'd be nice if we could get get a healthy amount of questions one time and start doing some podcast episodes, some question and answer. I think that could be,
Yeah, I would like to do a whole episode on that eventually. You guys start sending us messages. And not just your pictures. I've seen your wiener. It's not that big. It's a little crooked. And I would appreciate if you stop sending it, Spencer. I know just because your email address is hungman99. That doesn't mean you're hungman99. All right. Give readers the opportunity to ask questions live and give them a set amount of time in which they'll have your undivided attention. This is what like more famous people do. Again, I've seen this a lot on Reddit and stuff. And I think people do like live YouTube. I know they do like Facebook Live videos.
I've even seen like a lot of people like comic creators would just do it like on Twitter. They'd be like, "Hey, I got like I got like a half an hour. I'm waiting at the airport. Anybody got any questions about like anything, and
yeah, Twitter and Facebook, like the example they use in this article is Facebook, and that's an easy platform. And then Twitter's I'd rather do Twitter because it's shorter.
Yeah,
like the character wise, you're not gonna get gigantic paragraphs, and you have to keep it short and sweet. You do run the risk of having way too many people bombard you with questions, but you've got to sort and filter.
Well, and then you figure too, a lot of people will probably be asking a lot of the same kind of questions, more or less. So you're just gonna have to work through it that way.
But even if you're not real popular, as of yet, and you have a small following, as long as, like I said before, how I've been engaging people, as long as you have even if it's only 5 to 10 people that regularly, connect with you and engage with you on whatever platform you're on, that's enough where you can get the ball rolling. Maybe other people see the Q&A, they want to get involved. And then especially if you're, another thing I like to do, ask kind of, maybe I would say a little bit controversial topic. You don't want to offend anybody. No. But I think one of the ones was I was talking about like transgender in fiction.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Because I haven't personally read transgender characters written in a positive light in fiction. They're usually like a bad guy or a mentally ill character. So I was asking, some questions about that, and a lot of people were engaging me. And again, you'll get your typical shitheads on one side or the other that'll give you shit about it. But for the most part, everyone was pretty civil. I think it's just a good way, like a good initial way too, to build a following without having to give a super great amount of attention.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be, again, this is where the line comes for me, and what our problem is initially. I don't want to give all my focus to social media because I want to be writing.
Yeah, you have to be able to schedule it and parcel it out correctly.
Yeah, so figure out your time limits, and I would say, even if it's only maybe a total of an hour a day, but space it out.
Yeah.
Or if you just do one solid out, however you do it. And I don't know if it's on this list or not, but scheduling tweets, I don't do it on my personal one. That's how I do the DPW one. Schedule tweets ahead of time. Facebook as well, and you can do it on Instagram. There's a lot of free services you can use. We use Hootsuite, and that's a good way.
It just makes things so much easier.
Yeah, like especially when you have, for us, we have our DPW post every day, whatever we're publishing, whether it's stories, podcasts, everything between. it's really good to have that be able to just schedule it and forget about it. I don't got to worry about it. I don't have to like wait till, oh shit, it's noon, I better put this up. I know it's good to go. And that's you could do that on your personal one too if you have, not necessarily like the Q&A, but maybe just Twitter is an easy example. Line up a set of tweets throughout the day that you want to use and schedule it ahead of time, and then all you have to do after that is just reply to people.
Yeah.
You don't have to focus on sitting there thinking, oh, what should I write now? You can think about it almost like when you're writing it, when you're most creative. That way you're coming up with good original tweets. You're not talking about fucking what flavor ice cream cone your main character likes.
Yeah.
Like, that's dumb shit like that, I would say avoid. I mean, if it builds you an audience, okay. I know a lot of people do it. Personally, I feel like that's building, how would you describe it? A shallow audience?
Yeah.
Just surface level, just people interacting just because they want a follower too. Just that.
Or they think if they're commenting on your stuff, will get either them, followers or more attention to them.
The most important thing you have to remember when it comes to social media, it's quality, not quantity. If you have 50,000 followers, but only 50 of them read your work, versus you have 100 followers and all 100 of them, read your work. What's better? That's what you want to actually build, people that care about what you're talking about in your work. You don't want people that are there just for shallow reasons. And you're going to have that, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, even I'm almost up to 2,000 followers just in like the last week or whatever, but I probably get like 10 to 50 people who comment regularly on my stuff or like or retweet and things like that. 50 out of almost 2,000. That's not really a good number. Yeah. So, but at the same time, that's interaction. Yeah, that's what you're going to get. So, number 2, ask fans for their opinions. Ooh, this one could be dicey.
Yeah.
Fans are often eager to voice their opinions online, so prompting them with a specific topic can be a great way to start discussion and get people talking about a book. Diana Gabaldon shared I'm sorry, I messed that name up. Gabaldon. I've been reading all these spicy names on what was it we were doing? I don't know. We do so many weird episodes anymore, like Japanese episodes, and I'm so used to reading these funky names. I get a normal name, I fuck it up. So Diana Gabaldon shared a review which sparked a debate on her Facebook page and asked her fans to chime in with their opinions. I'm not gonna read that because that's 50 paragraphs, but that's definitely a good way, especially if you have slightly controversial, and I say slightly because I don't think you should, unless you're like a political writer or something who, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but if that's like your brand is being controversial, okay. But personally, I say just be nice about it. Like whatever your beliefs are, I'd say hold your beliefs, like tone them down. A good example, you're a Christian writer, maybe you don't believe in, like you think homosexuality is a sin or something. Okay. Well, if you want to talk about that and ask your, the opinion of your readers and stuff, they don't be super harsh about it and, like spam them with your beliefs.
Especially when you're starting out.
Oh, that you'll never get anywhere.
Yeah, if you get big enough to where you might be able to do that kind of thing. I mean, granted, you'd hope if once you get that audience and stuff like that, you don't turn into an asshole, but...
Well, like Stephen King and Joe Hill on Twitter constantly... shit on Trump all the time.
Yeah.
And they're especially Stephen King. Joe Hill's a little more reserved, but Stephen King just goes full, because he don't care. He's old. He's the same age as Trump. He don't give a shit. So he just goes full bore on it, and he just says some ridiculous things.
But at least then, too, like, those are either entertaining, or at least he has, like, a thought out thing that he wants to say. He's just not like, Trump is bad.
He's not doing the James Woods. Yeah. It was, every time he's on Twitter, I think he might have got banned, actually. He just, fucking Democrats suck, you're stupid idiots, and nobody just hate shit. Like, Stephen King's at least, clever with it. But, like, that's kind of going into the real controversial stuff. And especially if you're not that, you're not Stephen King, which most of us aren't.
Nope.
I would say tone that back and keep it slightly controversial to get the engagement, but don't actually be the controversial one. If you want to have your audience kind of partake in that, and also I would say if they get a little too riled up and you start seeing hate comments and stuff, shut that down.
Yeah, you got to police that shit.
I know it's hard because you'd be like, oh, I'm getting good engagement though. My shit's blowing up. It's not for the good reasons though, because then the readers who like you, they're not going to go into your comment section on stuff because they're going to see all these hateful assholes, and they'll associate those people with you just out of context because, all these alt-right people or these far-left people are on this post spamming all this horrible shit, that must be what the author believes, because why would they be doing that? And you don't want to go that route either, so try to shut that down and mediate it.
And you just don't want to be like, you just don't want to promote that much negativity. I mean, why?
Yeah, that's why I say if you're going to do like the slightly controversial stuff, keep it, like what I do is I try to keep it friendly, keep it, if somebody has an opinion far on the other side of yours, still try to understand where they're coming from and respect it and be like, hey, I might not believe that, but I'll, again, like using the Christian as an example, hardcore Christian writer, be like, okay, that might not be my beliefs, but you're entitled to it, and you don't besmirch somebody for that. You just let it go. Let shit roll off your back, literally. Like, don't get on the hate wagon. Positivity, that'll get you a lot farther than the negative shit I see, because that also ruins people's careers.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a lot of authors' numbers take a huge dive when they come out with some hardcore views.
Well, like, what's that one sci-fi writer that Orson Scott something? He's like,
yeah, he got a lot of,
because like he's very like anti-gay and stuff like that. And
he lost a huge part of his audience because of that. Number 3, post dick pics. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry, I switched to your article, Spencer.
Well,
don't post dick pics. Number 3, post cover reveals. Social media is a great place to show fans what your next book will look like. They will be excited to see the visual depictions of your next story, and it will build recognition when the book is available for sale. I would also say, and it might be later on probably, but I would say do that with excerpts too. Yeah. From your book. Like, some saucy excerpts, maybe if you're a romance writer, titilize the crowd a little bit, tantalize them, jiggle it a little bit in front of the face, then pull back.
Pull back.
Show titty, pull back. Show all titty, but no nip, pull it back. Not literal titty, verbal titty, word written titty. But anyway, you could do that with the cover art too, which is cool, which I like when comic books do that. Yeah. Like comic writers and stuff will release little snippets of panels.
Now, like, DC has been doing, like, for, like, their big comics and stuff like that, they'll actually, like, post, like, a 2-minute trailer, like, on YouTube.
I like that.
And, like, it'd be, like, a shot of the cover, and, like, you'll get some moving pictures of the interiors, and just, like, maybe somebody talk about, like, in an evil future where Batman's the only surviving hero, kind of thing.
That's cool. I like that stuff. Don't give too much away, though.
No.
Don't be like some fucking movie trailers where it just gives the whole movie away. Like, why am I watching this? Like fucking Pet Sematary that gave away the twist. Oh, that pissed me off.
You know that came out on DVD. You can own that and have it at your house and watch it whenever you want now.
Why would I?
Because you love it so.
I don't love it. Don't even like it. I watched it, and it was... I'm glad everybody died. Yeah, spoiler. Everybody dies. Technically, that's not a spoiler because everyone in the world will die one day. Yeah. Until we get to that weird point where people stop dying because they either cured old age or they make us all like, robots. Yeah. Consciousness goes into something Black Mirror style to a computer.
I'm okay with that.
I would be okay with that, but I feel like our luck, we would end up pushing buggies at a Walmart. Why is everyone else in the utopia and I'm pushing buggies? Why do you need buggy pushers?
That's when the computer overload's like, this is your utopia. No.
It is not. Number 4, show props from a scene in a book. Well, that's a weird one. Yeah. Bring your books to life by showing fans how you envision objects from specific scenes. I don't know if that would work for some of the things I write.
Yeah, right.
Used dildo, poopy dildo, bloody dildo.
Why is there so many dildos?
I don't know. It's supposed to be a kid's book. I don't know what the fuck happened. Oh, God, Caleb. You're a monster.
I don't know why it didn't get accepted for the Scholastic books. I don't know why.
Try to get it in the book fair. It's really a love story. Yeah, somebody posted a picture of tarot cards. I'm not going to read all that, but yeah, that is a good idea, I guess.
I guess it depends on what your story is about and, like, kind of, like how, like, those tarot cards, like, if you're doing, like, a magical, like, fantasy kind of thing.
You'd even do that as a teaser, maybe, for what the book might be about.
But, like, if you're doing, like, a suspense murder kind of thing,
severed head?
Just post a picture of, like, a bloody knife on all your social media and be like, well, I hope this doesn't get into anything bad. Like,
yeah, that might get you into hot water. Yeah, don't post gross things and bloody things, but, I mean, maybe, like, a A beer bottle?
Yeah.
With lipstick around the rim of the glass? Or,
maybe like an outline body in chalk, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe a half a titty.
Half a titty?
Yeah. You only show the titty from the...
Side titty?
Side boob. Man, woman, you don't know. Could be anybody's. It could be my titty. Could be your titty. Could be under titty. Oh! Under titty's the rare part of the titty that you... When you get those under titty pics, like those weird shirts that cut off at the top, like... That some reason that's better. That's better than upper cleavage. Lower cleavage,
you don't see it.
No, it's like seeing butt cheeks in the wild. You're like, whoa.
And I think too, you get a better like visual in your head because like upper cleavage can be very deceiving.
Could be lies. Yeah,
can be very
push up bra for a reason, not push down bra. We just lost half our female audience. I apologize. Women will never understand the lust men have for titties, and it's because we're born to lust for titties because that's where sustenance comes from. Why we find them sexually arousing when we're older, I don't know.
That's weird. That is weird.
I don't think they do in like a lot of other countries. Just
if you think about it, it is a little weird.
Just like globs of fat on the chest. Yeah, that's hot. Glad you randomly grew globs of fat on your chest and nowhere else. Can I play with those? Can I put those in my mouth for no reason?
Just like a cat.
Yeah, you can't really... You think about it, you can't do much with a boob. It's sweaty. Yeah. But they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what most things are there. If only women felt that way about like men's danglers. Like you just like slap it around like, oh, that's fun. They don't.
No.
They don't like it. They don't like to see it. I don't like to see it either. No. So I get it. It's gross looking.
I think I heard in a movie somebody told like the men's genitalia just looks like extra used
elbow skin.
Yeah.
A wiener on its best day is ugly.
Yeah.
Like the best looking wiener is not good. So if you got like some uncircumcised, long, discolored wiener, ew. And there's a lot more of those out there than there are normal ones. Number 5, share event schedules. If you're participating in conferences, book tours, book signings, or any other event, let fans know where they could find you. This is what we need to do when we get super famous.
Oh, I guess technically we could probably actually start working on that now with the information that we recently got just before.
Hey, everybody. Even though this won't be posted until next week. But today, is today the 12th?
Yeah, today is. So it still should probably come out before we go.
It'll be out next week. Tuesday. Yeah. Well, it'll be out Tuesday. That's not too long from now. As of July 12th, we did get our press passes approved, our press credentials for Wizard World Pittsburgh. Woo. So we will be covering that. I don't feel like doing the work. I just want to go for free.
Yeah.
Look at the stuff. No, I'm thinking about this year doing putting a video together so I don't have to do as much writing.
Yeah, you got that new fancy camera that you used for your vacation. So.
Yeah, so I'm going to get that set up and we're going to go ahead and film some shit and hopefully that'll be a lot easier and
maybe
do a little review.
Yeah, maybe we can get some like interviews or something from if anybody's there.
I have not seen an artist or vendor list. I've seen a few celebrities and I'm too interested in meeting them.
Well, and I don't know if like the celebrities would be willing to do like an interview. Like I don't think we could walk up to like Zach Levi and be like, "Hey Shazam, would you do this like 5-minute interview for our website about writing? I know you have nothing to do about it, but like."
I don't think they have a choice. Dance, monkey, dance! Throw fucking coins at them.
Just go do, and when they're like, "Well, I don't know. You see this right here? This is press.
Press, motherfucker. You know how hard I had to work to get this badge? Not very hard, but I got it, and you don't. So." Film shit. Yeah, so just promote shit. That's a simple one. I think that's what most people do anyway.
Yeah.
Don't spam your books and stuff though. And for the love of God, I don't know why people do this, but it makes me almost want to unfollow them instantly. I don't know how you have it set up, but if you have a book coming out or a website or whatever you have, when somebody follows you, don't have it set up or don't do it personally where you just DM them a bunch of bullshit about the book. Like, I don't ever read those. I hate that. It makes me not want to follow the person. That automated message bullshit as soon as somebody follows you. It's like, I don't want that. And don't spam people. Don't spam. Like, if your whole Twitter account is nothing but your book promotion and nothing else, you're not engaging people, I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to read your book. Yeah. If anything, I'll tell other people not to read your book because it's annoying. So don't do that stuff. Again, bring it up organically. Yeah. You can have a pinned tweet that's about your book and then, occasionally post about your work. But don't, if that's all your whole thing is, then nobody's going to fucking care.
You know what I hate? And I don't think this necessarily falls on the person that you're following. But you ever have this, like, you're following a person on like Twitter or Instagram, and then like as soon as you start following them, they start showing up as like whenever they do like the sponsor ones or like the ad ones it's like I'm already following this person.
Yeah.
Like you're ever as fuck. Like I'm already following this person. Put something else here. Like,
yeah, put some other people. I hate that too. Number 7. This is one I definitely need to start doing, especially now that we have this.
Well, you skipped number 6.
Anthology coming. What was number 6?
Providing a behind-the-scene look at your writing progress.
Oh, who gives a shit about... Okay. Number 6. Provide a behind-the-scenes look at your writing process. Show fans what inspires you during your writing process. This can be anything from the research you gathered, photos from location scouting trips, diagrams or sketches you drew, or even excerpts from early drafts. I like that idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably start doing that. Yeah, I guess I definitely need to, That's, I feel like Instagram would be the place for that, too. Yeah. If you had an Instagram author profile, would show pictures of what you're doing and be like, hey, the reason why I'm standing on the edge of this bridge that looks like I'm about to jump is because I'm doing research. I'm not trying to kill myself. Yeah, so I'm not suicidal. Wanted a cool picture.
You know what could probably be a good thing, too? I just thought of this, but, like, every so often, like, you could post on Instagram, like, the word count of your, whatever current story you're working on.
Well, that goes with the next one.
Oh, okay.
Number 7, this is one I said I need to start doing. Update fans on your writing progress. Your fans may be clamoring for your next book, so give them an update. They'll enjoy this glimpse into your publishing process, and an update serves as a nice reminder of the upcoming release. Now, as we are not writing full books yet, it's a little difficult, but even with short stories, whatever you're writing, you can still do that just at a smaller level. Say you're only writing, a 2,000-word story. You can still, hey, I got this idea for a story. Give out the idea. Get some feedback on that. Like, hey, I got the first draft. Here's a couple excerpts. What do you think? Like, just think small things. And then that'll get people engaged. And they, also, if they feel the need to share their work with you, too. I mean, if it's a whole book or stories, I might not have time to read it, but read it like an excerpt or something. Yeah. Just like, hey, just a little back and forth. It's nice. And that's one thing a lot of writers don't do is they don't share their progress or their behind-the-scenes stuff. And then it's not like they're alienating their readers or anything. They're just, private life or whatever. But, I mean, that's what the fans want. Like, look at musicians. The reason why most musicians are so popular is because the fans feel like they're connected to that musician. Same with writers. If you feel connected to the author, you're more likely to read his work or his or her work, even if it's bullshit. Like, if it's something that sucks, they'll still might read it just because, or buy it. I bought work from writers that wasn't that good, but I like their other stuff, and I like them as a, author and who they are. So, I still support it.
Well, then even too, like, I always get a kick whenever, like, Rogan will post, like, a couple-second video backstage at whatever, like, club they're at. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And stuff like that, and whenever different people do that stuff. So, like, if it works for that, it definitely works for your
then,
writing.
like when they share the, behind-the-scenes podcast, or, not just the Rogan podcast, but, like, the Dead Robot Society, I think they had, I don't know if it was them or not. Someone I was watching, they had on YouTube, they just kind of show their little studio and just, like, the equipment they use and just little things like that. Yeah. You could do that with the writing. Even just like, hey, this is the kind of laptop I use. Here's the software I use. Because believe it or not, a lot of writers, and especially amateur writers, are really interested in what more well-established writers, like what their writing process is, how they write, what they use to write, what programs. Do you write by hand? Do you keep notes? Like, every little thing. It's unbelievable how many people want to know this information, and it doesn't get out there often. And then
even people who don't, who aren't even, like, writers, but you get some people that are just so much into writing that they are interested on how their writers, like, what's their writers' like, because if Stephen King did, like, a video about, like,
you'd be all for it.
I would probably watch that a couple times.
Oh, yeah. Number 8, show off your workspace. If you'd rather not give specific updates on your work in progress, show your fans where you work. Writing can be an isolated task, so social media provides a great way to invite readers into your workspace without the risk of in-person distraction.
Just post pictures of a toilet. This is where I get the majority of my writing done.
Toilet, bathtub, toilet again, shower. That's a good idea. At the same time, though, how often can you do that?
Yeah.
Here's my desk again. This time it's not as cluttered as it was yesterday. Yeah, but, every once in a while give a glimpse of your You're writing space, I suppose.
I guess that would be cool if you were like, whenever sometimes you might be out, because you were doing that every once in a while. I remember that one time, like, you and the missus were taking the dog for a walk, and you posted a picture of, like, notes you took, you know, where you got, like...
like on a trail.
Yeah, and stuff like that, so...
Yeah,
like, that kind of stuff could work.
Yeah, the picture, I don't want to shit on anybody's praise, but it's got to be interesting. You have to, as an author, you need to be interesting. If you're not, nobody's going to care. If it's just like I said, if you're a picture of your computer at your desk, and that's every other day you're posting pictures of your computer at your desk, nobody cares. Like, even the first time, they might not care that much. Oh, that's his desk. Okay. Do something else. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm writing in a coffee shop today. Hey, I'm writing on the side of a mountain today. It'd be cool. Do some stuff. Don't fake it, though. You got to be sincere. Don't climb on top of a building and dangle out of a window just to...
Look how I'm writing today.
I'm crazy. And you'll get audience that way, but it's probably not the right kind. Number 9, share a quote from one of your books. That kind of goes with the excerpt we talked about. Number 10, discuss your love of books. This is one I do frequently, and it comes very naturally to me because I love a lot of books, but this definitely gets the interaction, I would say, flowing because people love to discuss what they like. Yeah. Readers who follow authors on social media obviously love books. Relating to them and sharing in that love of books can foster engagement. For inspiration, check out BookBub blog, blobbity bloobity blop. So if you want to go on BooksBub, you can find out what that bloobity blop is. But, exact words. Yeah, that's it's a great way to engage people is just talk about books. And then that way you're not, especially if you're in the middle of something that's not fleshed out, like a first draft, and you don't want to share, because... For me, I don't want to share my first draft. No excerpts, anything from my first draft because it sucks. So use that time to share, hey, I just got done reading this terrible book that I hated, but then I read this book that I loved and it was very enjoyable. I have to watch myself because I have been doing that lately because I read a couple back-to-back shitty books. So I'm like, I want to bitch about the book and write a negative review. And I'm trying not to be that guy. I was going to write a review from that Japanese book I just finished. That was awful. And I'm like, no, because it's not going to be good. And what good does... I'll give it a star rating. That's it. Yeah. I'm not going to... Because a lot of people, they go into that whole negative atmosphere where their whole life is just shitting on things. All they want to do is give bad reviews, but you never see them give good reviews of the things they do like. Well, I'd rather promote the things I do like and just kind of ignore the things I don't. So... Yeah, focus on the books you like, share the work. If you're reading something you really enjoyed, tell people about it. Even if it's a famous writer, but if it's not so famous writer, even better. Yep. If it's an indie writer, one of your followers, you read their book and loved it, share that information, please. People need to know. Because that's one of the things.
It can be hard to find that stuff.
Yeah, there's so many books out there. I mean... Even if it's a slightly popular book, unless it's a bestseller, like a New York Times bestseller or something, most people probably haven't heard of it. Nope. All right. Number 11. Share good news by thanking others. Accomplishing a literacy feat like topping a bestseller list, winning an award, or landing a new book deal is something authors want to shout from the rooftops. True, I would. Yeah. But thanking readers for their role in your accomplishment is a more humble way to share good news, recognizing readers for their involvement in that success. Yeah, definitely give a shout out to your fans. I mean, we try to do that on this show regularly. Yeah. And I even do it, whenever I get I publish something that it's a little more popular than normal. We're like, hey, thanks you guys for reading. And I really appreciate it because that makes people feel good and makes them want to read more in the future.
Well, and I just know that in my personal consumption of entertainment, if it's writing, music, shows, comics, whatever, the people that do that kind of stuff, or you go on Twitter and, you tweet, I just got done reading your whatever. It was really good. And even sometimes if they don't even, respond, but they, like your comment or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just to show that, hey, they actually took the time to at least read what you said about their stuff, Yeah. And things just like that. You build that, it doesn't take much. You do that kind of stuff and you can build a fan for life if you do it right.
Hell, I think I made, I commented, The Rock posted something about the headphones he put out, and I bought the headphones, and I really liked them. And I think I commented on whatever post he has, like, hey, man, these are really well made, appreciate it. And I think he just liked it, and didn't even say anything. And I was just like, Rock liked my shit. But he read what I said, he read what I said, and it just makes you feel good.
But even still, especially with somebody like The Rock, the fact that he like even took the couple seconds to
do that.
Like, would he do that in between reps?
Yeah. It's awesome. Number 12, share fan photos or art. You can also show fan appreciation by sharing art they created based on your books or reposting photos they shared with you. I would share, like, if I wrote a book and people created fan art and all this shit, I would share every goddamn thing I found all the time. I mean, even if it was crappy, I don't care. I would share it.
What about if there was, like, that saucy fanfic, though?
Ooh.
Would you say that?
I'll tell them privately, I love this. Keep it coming. I'm going to keep this in my private stash, though.
I'll read all of it.
I'll read everything. Andy Weir posted a clever photo a fan sent to him, and it's a photo of The Martian cover, the movie, Matt Damon, on a thing of potatoes. I like that.
At least those potatoes weren't grown out of shit.
Do you know that? Or?
Well, at least they weren't growing out of shit from your shit and the people that you know shit.
Yeah, they're random people shit.
Which for someone would make me feel a lot better.
13. Show support for other authors. Use your social media presence to promote other authors you admire. Yeah, I don't have to go into that one because we already kind of covered it. But, I mean, like I said, that's what I do now, and it's getting me a lot of fanfare. Just think of how you would feel if somebody shared your stuff. Yeah. It makes you feel good.
Yeah.
It makes you go, oh, people are reading this. And almost going back to our imposter syndrome episode, it makes you feel more legitimate. Somebody shares your work, you go, oh, people are reading this. People like it. I'm on the right track. I'm making the right steps to get where I want to go. So doing that to other people is a good pay it forward kind of way. In my mind, even if it's something you didn't personally read, maybe you just checked out like somebody post a blurb from their book or something, and maybe they shared, their Amazon link to it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that looks kind of cool. Maybe I'd want to check that out sometime. Give it a retweet.
Yeah.
Just sit like, or, retweet the comment. Be like, hey, this looks pretty cool. Like check it out.
Like, especially if it's, like somebody that you've known and you may not have checked out that work, but you know their previous work. Because, like, I do, like, a lot of that stuff with, like Derek Manning or, like, Mike Watson, like, stuff. Like, even if I didn't, like, get a chance to fully check out the thing,
share it.
I'll share it or like it or whatever just to... I know that I don't have a lot of people that will follow along with that stuff, but the few that might check it out.
Well, the thing that always disappoints me, and I kind of given up on thinking about it, but like on Facebook, for instance, that's where most of my personal friends and family are.
Yeah.
And even I really use that just to share memes. I don't even talk to people too much on there anymore. But one thing that kind of got me to like give up Facebook for the most part is... even something like, people are on there all day bitching about stuff, looking at statuses, circling through, just going through their news feed and all that shit. And they can't even take the time just to hit the like button on something you post. Yeah. Like, you share your work. Because I share my work on there. I was doing it regularly for a while, like my stories and stuff I wrote. And not only were they not like reading it or clicking it, which is fine because not everybody's into reading. Yeah. I get that. But, like, you're my family or for close friends or something. You can't even hit the like button or share it or just, like, the simplest a click of a button. You can't manage to do that. Like, you give that little of a shit. So, that kind of, like, that was depressing me for a while. And it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just not going to concentrate on these people anymore. And then when I become a New York Times bestseller, I'm like, okay, how you doing? Want to go get lunch? No, you can eat a dick. You'll be full. Don't worry. I don't need you. That's an ultimate goal. That's my petty goal. It's like win a Pulitzer Prize or something and just wear it around. I think you could wear it. I don't know if it's a fucking award necklace. I'm thinking of a Nobel Prize. I don't think a Pulitzer Prize is a fucking thing you can hang on like a necklace, like a Olympic medal. But I think the Nobel Prize is. But if I ever made your literary award or made like a movie out of one of my books, I would be so fucking petty.
I'd just be walking around with just like an open poster. Just look at it. Everybody look at this. This is mine. Yeah. This is mine. Look at it.
Like when everyone starts congratulating on Facebook because, it makes them look good. Oh, congratulations. Can't believe it. Oh, you did this. I'm like, yeah. Did you read it? No. Yeah? No? How much work did you share when I was struggling for 10 years? Nothing? No? See this picture of my dick?
Yep. That's yours now.
You can have that. Hanging up on your wall, because that's the only time you're going to get close to it, baby, because you ain't getting this wiener. Click. All right, back on track. Number 14, share your reading list. If you don't want to post detailed reviews, simply share what you're reading now or your to-read list. I do this not very frequently, but I'm trying to do it more.
Yeah, I was just, as we were going over that, I was thinking, oh, that'd probably be a good idea, because, like, you know, I do a good amount of reading, and especially my to-read list
is huge.
It's definitely long enough I could break that up into a couple of different...
I've been sharing, I shared that awful book I was reading and how it was awful, and I got way too much engagement for that compared to what I thought I was going to get. I think that was that very depressing picture I took of me reading that awful book while I was drinking coffee out of a glass. What is that? Liquid pouring cup, measuring cup. Drinking coffee out of a liquid measuring cup. I was like, my dishes were dirty. I couldn't find the big glass, and I need something. I was like, fuck it, I'll just use this.
At least it wasn't Tupperware.
Yeah, some people in this house drink out of Tupperware. 15, create little games for fans. I don't like this one. I hate the games. I'll read it, but encourage interaction by creating fun games. Quote, fill in the blanks, trivia, scavenger hunts, Mad Libs, guessing games. The possibilities are endless.
No.
This isn't me.
No.
I'm not the game guy. I get tagged in these all the time, and I appreciate people wanting to tag me and stuff to build my following and help me out, but I'm not partaking. I tried for a little bit. I don't like all the notifications. Find it boring. I find it not useless, but I don't have the time. I'm trying to write. I got other stuff I got to do. I don't want to play a game.
The only thing that I could think would be kind of cool if we were working, we would get bigger and like. Now, granted, like I saw this from like different artists. Like Jim Lee used to do this. He would go to like San Diego. And, like, he would take, like, pre-sketches that he already drew, and he would, like, hide them places.
Oh, see, that's different. That's more... That's, like, a personal engagement, too.
Yeah, and then, you know, so, like, he'd take, like, 3 or 4 of them and, like, hide them places, and, like, you'd have to try to find them.
I think it's talking about, like, the predictive text game on Twitter, where it's, like, write, I ate, and then let your fucking predictive text finish it. I ate dick for breakfast. And it's like, okay, like, that's... What is that really serving? It's just getting people to comment on your stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're first, like, starting out and you're growing and you want to build your following, I guess, but I don't think you're getting a lot of, again, quality engagement. I want quality engagement. I want people to connect with me on a more personal level. So when they read my work, they're actually, you know, they want to buy my stuff, not just, he has funny tweets and he plays these games. That's kind of interesting. Like, I don't want to be the surface level guy where that's all you. Like, I want to be a little deeper. I want you to. I mean, you know, we might not be friends in real life, but we could be kind of buddies online. So like, I might want to be like, oh, hey, what's so and so up to? You know, check on their profile or something. Yeah. I'd rather have that than just, oh, this guy always comments on these games, but I don't even know his name. Like, I don't give a shit about that. Number 16, share playlists for a book or character. Music can be inspirational, and fans often want to know what authors listen to while crafting specific scenes, or what songs influence the creation of their characters. I don't know. I don't listen to much music when I write.
Not while I'm actually writing, no.
Lately, just because there's always fucking noise in this house, because somebody comes home and makes a ruckus watching all that goddamn colored television now. Fuck. But,
now, when you say colored television, do you mean like TV that has color? Or are you talking about, like, BET? What are you talking about here?
Whoa!
Hey, you're the one who said it.
Hey, man, this episode got a little dark. Whoa, wait, no! Racist in the morning. And there goes our social justice followers. No, believe it or not, I haven't watched BET in a long time because the quality has gone downhill.
Yeah.
Living Color's on, though. Still check that out. Even though it's from the 90s. That's
a
a show. Why don't they bring that back? I think they're bringing Kenan and Kel back.
Are they?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, what was I talking about? Frequently? No. Share playlist book. Yeah. I've been listening to ambience. Just like noise, like fireplace and whistling wind and forest noise. Just to fucking cancel out the other noise. But there's no... I can't write to music. I get distracted. Maybe, like, if it was... I used to do it when I listened to articles. It'd be instrumentals.
Yeah.
But if there's words... If it's, like, Japanese or Spanish or something, okay, because I can't understand it. But if it's, like, you know, a rap song or something, listen to the fucking rap song.
Yeah, I would get too distracted.
Like, imagine trying to listen to a podcast while writing. That's not going to happen. No. You can't do both unless you're, like, you split your brain in half. Number 17, answer fans frequently asked questions. That seems like that goes with the Q&A. 18, promote charities and other good causes. I feel like you should be doing that anyway.
Yeah,
so
regardless if you're writing or not.
Yeah, I don't think you should.
I mean, unless if you like see like unless if they're talking about like
literary things. Or,
stuff like that. Sure, but
well, yeah, if you're doing like literary events or like books for kids or things like that, yeah, obviously promote that. But I think whatever charity you're doing, you should promote it anyway.
Yeah, regardless.
Not to be like a humble bragger or anything like that. Just because hey, you're actually doing something good, share that with people so maybe they'll do it too.
Yeah. Because they might not even know, I mean, there's so much different kind of charities out there. They might not even know about a certain kind until they see you talk about it. You know, and they're like, oh, there's a thing for that? Yeah, I wouldn't mind giving money to that.
Yeah, so definitely do that. 19, celebrate characters' major life events. That's weird. Your characters might not be real people, but you can add a fun layer of realism by celebrating their major life events. Birthdays, I'm not doing that. That's... Again, maybe if you're like a Harry Potter universe type writer, like you're creating a Tolkien type world or something super deep that people are like almost D&D level living.
Like if you have like a book series, maybe like that's 4 or 5 books deep or something like that. But
like people are so invested, they're cosplaying your characters. You know, they write fan fiction for them. Okay, I get it. But you know, if you're just writing a one-off novel, I don't see the point.
And I mean, especially like a lot of our characters, it's like, hey, this was their birthday. They're not alive anymore, though. So
most of them weren't alive to begin with. They were ghosts, demons, sperm monsters.
Sperm monsters?
You ever seen a sperm monster? That's what I call my wiener. 20. Share interesting links in media. Your fans are clearly interested in the topics you write about in your book, so chances are you share other interests as well. If you find a photo, article, or video particularly interesting, share it with your fans. This is one I do on DPW. I don't know if I do it on mine or not. I don't like to spam people with stuff, but probably should start. But like the DPW, if I find cool writing articles I read, like I always share them on there, and people really like that. Or, pictures and memes and stuff, I'll share it on that. On my personal one, I do that with like YouTube videos and stuff. I'll share things I like, but I that's mainly what my Facebook's used for, which is I don't care if I offend people on there, so I don't care what it is.
I think Facebook is just made to offend people now.
Yeah. It's mostly just old people and boomers. I don't give a fuck about them. But yeah, you definitely want to... Again, that goes with building your author profile, which I think we talked about in the past, and kind of making yourself more personal and like a real person. Because anybody could just be your online author profile, but if you're... like a real person, like an authentic person with your own likes, interests, and other things, you actually like this kind of music. I like this music too. People will interact with you more.
Yeah.
Number 21, show off your pets. I do this and it gets great fanfare because people love pets. Number 22, let fans see your personal side. That's what we were just talking about. To go a little deeper, maybe share some goofy pictures of you, some more little unflattering pictures, or show that you're human too. Like, oh, I spilled my coffee today. Yeah. Oh, I shit my pants because I ate burritos and they were a couple weeks old.
You had you got that dollar taco from Burger King.
I mean, I guess don't go too gross. Oh no, another yeast infection. Like, no, don't. Oh, the goddamn wart came back. I guess I gotta get it removed again. Like, no, I mean, I'm sure there's a crowd for that, but. Number 23, check in when you take a break. Yeah, if you take a hiatus from social media, you do want to check in just to keep your fans, hey, or just a break from writing, whatever your break is. Like, hey, still alive, still doing stuff.
Yeah, and I would say, like, especially when you're taking a break from your writing, that would be a good time to maybe focus a little bit more in with your fans, maybe. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, as you may or may not have known, Spencer, I haven't been writing like the last week. Well, this week has just been a shitty week. And I've been reading a lot though, but I've been boosting my engagement on the social media and talking to people and actually talking about my writing slump with people. And I got a lot of advice and stuff on there, and people were very nice about it, and they could relate, and that built my rapport with certain folks. So that's a good thing too if you're going through writing slumps. Or here's where it gets a little dicey for me, because I do tend to lean towards the hate side of things every once in a while.
Just a little bit.
When it comes to being like, not authentic, not being a real person, doing things to get the likes, so to speak, which, that's like the social justice warrior types or the super far right types. Like they do a lot of stuff they might not even personally believe just because others like it, But I've been seeing a lot of, oh, I'm in the hospital again. Oh, woe is me type of stuff. It's not like, oh, hey guys, I'm not, I had to go to the hospital, so I might not be active today or something. Like, that's not, there's a difference. It's like, if you're just like, but here's the one, I don't think I was following her. I think somebody retweeted it. I don't want to hate, but I personally, I just thought this was kind of fucked up. The lady, her tweet was something like, oh, this is the worst day ever. My husband died of a heart attack this morning. I was like, what the fuck? First I felt bad. I was like, oh shit. But then I was like, why are you tweeting that today if he just died? And then I looked on her profile, and that was like the 8th tweet of the day. Like, she had like all morning was tweeting random things about that. Oh, my husband had died today. And like, it's like, you're doing this. Are you doing this for the likes? That's kind of...
And I always feel weird about like that kind of stuff, especially like on the Twitter, because at least now on the Facebook they've gave you different things. Like, instead of like, my husband died. Oh, there's a like. You can put like a frowny face or a crying face, but like even
it's just a heart on Twitter.
With that, and even with those other things, it's still weird. Like, I never know how to interact with that stuff. Do I like leave a comment? Do I like, especially when it's like somebody you don't? I mean, really
you can
know.
leave you can leave like condolences or something, but like, okay, for that lady's Twitter thing example, okay, I get it, especially if maybe you don't have a lot of friends in your personal life or something, and you want to reach out. It's a huge life event, a huge tragedy for you. Maybe, you're always on social media. You're very popular on social media. Okay, I get it. You want to reach out to those people. But, when you got like 8 to 10 tweets in, and then also if you're the people that are following that, you're from me and be your friends with that, what do you say after like tweet number 3?
Yeah.
You feel, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, I'll pray for you. My thoughts and all that stuff. And then, but like the 5th tweet still, oh, I can't believe this has happened. Oh, man, what an awful day. And it's like, well, what the fuck do I say now? Yeah. Like, do you just ignore it? Or, it's just, maybe I'm just a little old school where I'm just like, hey, some personal stuff stays personal. Like, keep your personal life still separate from your digital life. I think there's some things you shouldn't share with strangers, especially right away. Like, something that raw. Yeah. I wouldn't want, like, say like my mom died or something. I wouldn't be on Twitter talking about that. I wouldn't be like, oh man, my mom died. Like, a bunch of people that don't know me personally. Yeah. Or like, only know me as a writer and that's it. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do when you see like somebody you never met? You don't even know the real name. The only thing you know is that, they like comics and you like comics. And all of a sudden, like, oh man, my grandpa got the AIDS and he's going to die here soon. I'm in the hospital. I'm like, oh shit. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel bad, buddy, but I don't know what to do. It's a weird place. I don't think you should be that personal. Again, maybe if your fans are super close to you and you actually meet them in person and things like that, but Twitter does not seem like the place for, like, no. Facebook, you actually see people's pictures more. You can, even Instagram, you can, like, I feel like you got a more visual look into people's lives, but Twitter is just kind of a crapshoot. Yeah. And that's where people seem to do it most. And it's like, you're almost not real on Twitter. It's like a chat room almost, like the old school chat rooms. Uh-oh. I guess we should wrap this up.
We're getting close to the end anyways.
Yeah. Well, that's a fantastic... I actually like that article. That was a really good article. Yeah. So check that out on BookBub, or what was it? Let me check that again. Yes, I'll leave in the show notes, but it is insights.bookbub.com. Woo! Anyway, check us out on drunkenpenwriting.com. Hit us up on Twitter at drunkpenwriting. And you can check us on Facebook and Goodreads under the same names. You guys have a wonderful day. We will catch you next time.
Bye.